Hi, everyone. My name is Yash. I'm currently a student in Boston, Massachusetts, United States. And this is my final project for CS50. It's called AutoSend. It's meant to be a simple program that allows you to automate emails quickly and efficiently. The primary idea for this came when I was working at this nonprofit over the summer, and we were tasked with basically just sending a bunch of personalized emails out manually, and it was like super annoying, super tedious. And I was just thinking there has to be like a more efficient, a much better way to do this. And that's pretty much how I came up with this idea, and it just grew into my CS50 final project. So I'll just go ahead and explain everything. So this is just the home page. This is where everybody starts off at. Here we have this navigation bar with this just a account tab. And we also have this start button. Here they both function the same. So I'll just click on this button. And then now it prompts us and asks us, do you have an account? And if we can click on no or yes. If we click on no, it will send us to this register slash sign up form. And then if we click on yes, it will send us to a login form. So right now, let's just assume we don't have an account. I'll click on no, and then we go to this sign up form. And then it should I have these tool tips here that are like, let's say like enter your first name, enter your last name. It's like username must be 6 or more characters, password must have 1 symbol, like enter a valid email. And then I'll just go ahead and fill out this sign up form. So John is my first name, Smith is my last name. I'll say my username is John Smith. But for my password, let's call it something. So I want to retype that password, John. And then I want to type in my email. So I just created this email beforehand. So I'll just type that in, submit, and that looks good. And now it will register us. But I also want to show that the login form works as well. So I'll go there. This time we want to say yes because we now have an account. And I'll just type in the information. Your username was John Smith. I'll type in the password. Oh, looks like I typed in the incorrect password. So it's good that we have this error checking mechanism here. So I'll just go ahead and retype everything. And that looks good. So now it takes us to the main page. I guess you can call this the second home page. And we have two options here. We can click on the Use Email Automator button, or we have this View Profile button. So let's go ahead and view our profile. And then, as you can see here, we have this account settings thing. And there's also, to the left here, we have a vertical navigation bar. I thought it'd be kind of cool to do a vertical navigation bar because I'm just so used to making like horizontal ones that I kind of wanted to challenge myself and try to make a vertical one. And here in the account settings, it shows like the first name that we used to sign up. So that's John, then the last name, Smith, username, John Smith. And then for the password, it's just shown through a series of asterisks. And then I get all this information through SQL. I just say so when the user registers, I insert them into the SQL table. And then to populate this profile tab, I just do a select star from that SQL table, like a select command. And yeah, that's kind of cool. And then we can go through the rest of the profile, all these other tabs here in our vertical navigation bar. We have the email address. This shows us the email address that we signed up with. Then we also have the logout. This is like a button to log out. So we can test it out. It does in fact log us out. So I'll just quickly log in again. Let me just type that in. Submit, and then we can go back to the profile. And then, yeah, so that's just log out, email address, and account settings. Now, if you notice here, we have a change username link here. So I'll just click on that. And then this sends us to a form in which we can change our username. There's also a link down here to go back to the profile, but I'll just go through this form. So let's say I want my new username to be John Smith 2 instead of just John Smith, and then I'll type in my password. This has to be the password that you registered with or signed up with, and then for the password, I'll just say I'll just type in the password that I registered with. And oh, looks like I typed that in wrong. So it's good that we have a error checking system in place here as well. But for my username, I'll just go ahead and do the same thing, John Smith 2, instead of just John Smith. For the email, I'll just say the email that I signed up with again. And then I'll just type in the password this time. Hopefully I typed it in correctly this time. And I did. So and then after we do this, we get this prompt here. It says username change to John Smith 2. If we go back to our profile here by virtue of this link, we can see our username. And now our username updated to John Smith 2, because when you change your username in that form, if everything looks good in that form, I use an update SQL command to update that original table for the users. And as we can see in the profile here, our username changed from just being John Smith to being John Smith 2. So let's go back to the home page. Now we can explore the email automator, the other half of this application. So I'll just click on this button. Now this takes us to the email automator. So the first step here, and it takes you through like a series of like 5-6 steps to automate your emails. So first I'll enter the email. This is the sender email. So I'll just type that in. This is basically going to be, I guess it's any email you want. It should probably be the email that you signed up with, but I guess theoretically you could type in any email here. And then for step 2, you want to enter the password for your email. This is needed for the emails to go through. The reason why you need the password for your email account, although it might seem a little weird, the way I send the emails in the Python code that's running in the background, I use a SMTP system, or like simple mail transfer protocol. And in order for that system to work and for the emails to go through, the password is required. I couldn't really find a workaround around that. But if any of you guys know how to send emails without the password, I greatly appreciate that. But I'll just type in the password to my account. That's that. Now for the recipient emails, I'll just I'll just send these emails to myself. I don't want to type in 5 different emails. And I know that it's only 5 recipients for now. I plan to improve this in the future, add more recipients, add more features. I thought this would be a working model as of right now. And I thought that 5 recipients would be a good number to start with. So now we can go to step 4. This is the greeting for your emails. This is typically just the first line of your email. Here we have like different ways to address our recipients. So we can say dear, we can say hello, we can say hey, like just a casual hey, or and we also have different titles here. We can choose Mr., Mrs., Miss, and then we have a first name of the recipient, last name of the recipient. You don't have to fill in both first name or last name. You can basically choose either or the other. So I'll just go ahead and fill these out actually. So I'll just say my first name, say is like John, how about John Doe, and then we can say like dear. How about we say hello, or let's just go with dear for now. And then we can say dear Mrs. Jane Doe. And how about here we say like hello, Mr. George Washington, one of the biggest figures of American history. And then we can say, hey, Miss like Abigail Adams. That's like the wife of John Adams. And then we can say like, dear, like Mr. Like let's just say I want to address myself actually, like dear Mr. John Smith. And then for the body text, I'll just say like this was CS50 exclamation point. I'm like, by the way, this email was sent using AutoSend. Some free advertising. And then for our closing, this is the final step. Here, this is like how you want to end your email, and we have a bunch of options as to how you can do that. You can say sincerely, yours truly, thanks, and so on. How about we choose like best? That sounds kind of interesting. And then I'll just type in my first name, my last name, and then we can click on this generate button here in the corner. Just click on that, and the emails should start to get through. It does take a bit. And here we can see we get our confirmation message. It says emails have been sent. It says please check your sent mail tab in your email to confirm that they have actually been sent. So we can do that actually. In this case, I just sent everything to myself. So this just shows up as 5 different emails in my own inbox. But this will also work if you type in different email addresses, and it will send emails to those different email addresses. I just didn't want to waste time typing in 5 different addresses. So here we can just open these up real quick. Like it says, Dear Mr. John Doe, this was CS50. We can see like Dear Mrs. Jane Doe. And then we also can see our closing here, like best, comma, John Smith. It's like, hello, Mr. George Washington. And it's like, hey, Miss Abigail Adams. It could be like, last one. This is just going to myself. Dear Mr. John Smith, this was CS50. By the way, this email was sent using AutoSend. Best, John Smith. And these are the 5 emails we get. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll just log out so we can go back to where we started right here. And yeah, thanks for watching. This was my final project, and this was CS50.